What's going on, everybody? I'm Wade Elliott. I'm an R&B pop singer, songwriter, and music artist, and all these things that are musically inclined. That's what I do. And this is another inside look. Now, normally I have the camera on a tripod, but I wanted to try something else. I want to get a little closer to the computer screen so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. I'm also sporting a 2-monitor setup here, one with the HP monitor and one is my laptop that I've been using for a while. So I wanted to make sure y'all got a good look at it. And yeah, so right here we are doing the inside look on my new single, Licorice. Right here we have, of course, my mixing channel here, and then of course this is the entire song there as it goes through. Yeah. It's a lot. Trying to get stuff done, you know, when I have the recording time. Like I have like an hour to record, so I try to make make as much progress and squeeze as much as I can out of that 1 hour, because that's what I have to do. And if you haven't already heard Licorice, if you're one of the lucky people who have, awesome. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate you. You know why you get to hear it first. If you haven't, it sounds a little like this. Baby, I just can't get the taste of my mouth. Rock the back of my head, force me back down. It should taste like licorice. It should taste like licorice. Alright, so this is the song. If you are familiar with how inside look works, basically we go into the song, we break it down piece by piece. Whether it is, we go with the beat, to the vocals, to the ad-libs, to the harmonies, everything. So what we're going to do is that we're just going to break down the beat first. First of all, I just want to say, the maker of this beat, his name is Licorice, aka Prospector. He's the one who helped me put this stuff together. Shout out to Licorice. His stuff will be, shout out to Licorice for making this beat, crafting it, helping me with this beat. I'll have his information and the link in the description below. Here you can check out his beat store. He's a great guy, very easy to work with. I recommend him for all your music endeavors. So back to the beat. I just wanted to say that. So before we move on, make sure he's the one that gets credit for this beat. I just mixed it. I just mastered it. He wrote the beat with a little bit of my direction. Mostly, he is the freaking genius when it comes to this. So maybe we should switch on the kick. We're just going to slowly bring in the beat. Turn on this lamp again. Pretty dope. That is the beat we're looking at here, and what we're gonna do, I'm gonna break down piece by piece on track what we're looking at and what I did. On the 808s over here, what we did is that I put on a L1 master, put on some EQ, and I added a Fruity soft clipper to kind of give it a little more oomph on that. Right, and of course then the EQ, I dropped it down here, so what we could do is make room for this kick that's gonna come right underneath it. right in there. That's why I had that little divot in there. And of course I picked an L1 master on the 808 to kind of make sure that it still hit hard as F, and it still was right there present, right underneath that kick. Yeah. I'm having a hard time focusing today on this, so bear with me. So we did that with the kick. We did very similar stuff, but we added a compressor onto the kick. So it's not much different. It's kind of like a counter EQ when it comes to the 808. So very kind of counter. This of course is a little more on the kick here, and then of course there's that spot that we opened up there for that kick to come through. Make sure everything is clear. The synth, we didn't add much, just added a little EQ, a little compression, because there was a little bit of play there. Cymbals, I didn't do anything to the cymbals. EQing on the main synth here. I just went in there, took some things away. Of course, I took out the low end, didn't really need that, and any hyper sonic stuff that I thought would kind of be annoying to the ear, because it is the one thing that is playing over and 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 over again. So I wanted to make sure it was clear as possible. I just kind of added a little EQ, make sure that it was, didn't want to make it too sharp for the ear, take out the lows. So a little bit of editing there. And for the hi-hat, I didn't do anything with the hi-hat. Just left it as is. The music box, that was a little bit of some fun there, because it's Gilly, or Prospector, put a whole bunch of stuff in there. So what I did is I raised a little bit of the low end here. Let me bring it over here a little, make it a little better. Took a little bit of some stuff, because that click, that snap, is very sharp. So I wanted to make sure that it peeked through, because it does shine through. Because I had it opposite, I had it shining up here, and then it cut through everything in the first previous mixes that I had. So I had to make sure that I brought it down to still, as you can see, it still kind of shines through. So I had to make sure I bring it down a little bit, just so a little bit of blending, and of course just a little bit of compression. And then of course the claps, or the snare, I just made those. Oops. Yep. Wait, that's not even the right one. Where is it? This is the one. Yep. That's our clap. Don't need really any bass on that. So that is basically what the beat looks like and sounds like. Anything that I did with it, like, I don't do very much to it. Anything that sounds good to me. Now on to these vocals. The vocals here, I have, of course, this is my whole plug-in chain here. I don't use any of the, I have a side chain here for my effects. Let me turn on these real quick. Of course, I have the doubler, the gain 2, reduction 2, goodenizer, compression, some EQ, maximus, and of course some auto-tune. Most high, yeah. Peace sign, legs up to the sky. I wanna see that look on your face, gripping me tight while I'm pulling on your waist, yeah. And of course there's no, my side effect isn't on. I'm gonna turn on right now. I need to slow down. No, I'm not done yet. And of course, I also did some doubles on here. The doubles as well. This, I should never wanna miss. She like daddy, where the fuck you think you're going? Let's turn that off. Come back and let's do it again. She don't want me out of her sight, cause she be missing the pipe. Like, ooh, you know the deal, right? Keep her in mind, cause the ass is divine. I got my prayer hands to the sky. My baby's so holy, she let me use all 3. Sex drop. And of course on the doubles, on the dub, I also put a voice doubler on it from Isotope. It's free, actually. You can actually get this plugin. It's absolutely free off the website. It's something very, very simple, and it actually just go a little bit long way. It takes a little bit to get used to because I'm not really used to a vocal doubler. But I wanted to make sure my vocals were thick as possible, so I put on everything, even doubles, even my harmonies. So I did that. Let's see, let's turn this off. Let's switch to a part where there's harmonies. Let's see here. What part has harmonies? I think it's all the next part of the song. Yep. Alright, so on my harmony channel, basically the same thing. Of course, the auto-tune is cranked up a little more just to make sure those harmonies are I want the harmonies to be crisp as possible, so I would make sure I'm not making any errors. And of course, the big hook here, which I tried to do as big as possible because you got to pan left and pan right, and you got to center. She tastes like licorice, she tastes like licorice, baby, I just can't get the taste out my mouth. Grab the back of my head, force me. And then you got a dub, and then you have a octave. Just to give it that little low end. It's low end because it does give it a little bit more dimension, more thickness to it when you have a low dub on there. So I'm just gonna play. Force me back down. It should taste like licorice. It should taste like licorice. Baby, I just can't get the taste out my mouth. Which you barely hear it in the mix, but it's there if you're looking for it. So when you do hear it, you will definitely see. You definitely hear what now that you watch this, you will definitely see that low end. Now, if you have any questions about any of my mixing services or how I mix, or where am I practicing, how do I practice, what do I look for, let me know in the comments below here. You can always give me a follow, subscribe on YouTube, because this will also be on YouTube eventually. You know that. Also, I hope you all pre-save and stream Licorice. It is one of my favorite songs besides Just Breathe that we just put out about a month or so ago. So I also appreciate everybody who has watched this. This is going to be my song Licorice. As far as my mixing stuff goes, I know personally I need to go a little deeper with it. I've noticed that I'm kind of doing the same exact things. I did things a little differently when it came to this song, as far as the side chaining, effects, taking more stuff away in the EQ, because a lot of EQing you're taking away instead of boosting when it comes to that. And on this one, I didn't have my mastering on there, mostly because my CPU can't handle it. So what I did for my mastering, I'll show you right now. What I had to do is that I had to balance out my song that was already mixed, and I had to pull it into another session to master because my CPU cannot handle these plugins all at once. So I got all these plugins and I got all this jazz going on. So this is all something else that I had planned for y'all, but the mix we're looking at is this one. This one, whoopsie, not that one. I was just making a color. All right, that one, the purple one, is what we're looking at. All right. And when it comes to mixing, I did a couple things. I mean mastering, sorry. Mastering, I used a couple things. I used either Ozone 9 Elements, which kind of is an automated mastering plugin. It basically listens to your song, and then it pumps out what the loudness should be, and it also pumps out your EQ, what it should be, and you can choose to accept it or you can mess with it all you want. I was doing that for a couple songs that released. But I actually, with this one, I went to the L1 Plus Ultra Maximizer Stereo, which is a great plugin, by the way. And then I went and did my own EQ for the song. Nothing too big on it. Oops, nothing too big on it. I just did a little bit of here, a little bit of there, a little boost, a little take away, just to kind of level it out. But I reached a loudness of 0.6. which possibly doesn't even get that loud. I'm not sure. Can't remember, but it sounds, whoops. It gets really freaking loud. I'll just kind of skip to a part. I think it's a little louder. So it's only going over a little bit. That's a pretty heavy part of the song. But of course I have the peak, true peaker going on there. I got a little bit of a slope. So that's what I did for this song. I wanted to make sure that it hit as hard as possible. It took me about 7 mixes. I guess it would be 7, 8 masters. Actually no, it took me a little more because I was doing different masters with the 2 plugins. That is Licorice. I hope you all enjoyed this inside look. If you did, let me know in the comments below as well. And let me know what you thought of it. Alright, I'm Wade Elliott. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.